In the beginning of the story, a girl named Alex is seen, who is a photojournalist. Actually, Alex is going to get married, so she has to reach Denver at any cost. But at the airport, she finds out that her flight has been canceled because a storm is coming. After this, we see a doctor who is going to Baltimore. His name is Dr. Ben. Ben has to do an emergency surgery for one of his patients the next day, so it is very important for him to reach Baltimore. But now his flight has also been canceled. Here we meet Alex's sister. Alex tells her that we both have to reach our home for an emergency, so we should book a chartered flight. Ben agrees to it, so they both go to a man named Walter, and they both book a chartered flight. But before the start of the journey, Walter does not file the flight plan, and without the flight plan, he takes off. Now their journey is going very well. They are enjoying their journey. They feel that they will reach their destination, but in the middle of the road, Walter gets a heart attack, because of which he is not able to control the plane, and their flight goes straight down, and once their plane crashes on a snowy mountain. In this accident, Walter dies, but Ben gets minor injuries in this accident. Now somehow Ben survives at night. The next morning Ben sees that Alex is unconscious, and there is a deep wound in his leg. Now because Ben is a doctor, he treats his leg. After this, Ben buries Walter's body in the snow. After some time, Alex regains consciousness. Ben tells Alex that your leg is injured, but you don't have to worry. I have treated your leg. Here they have very little food left in the plane. If they do not use the food properly, they can lose their lives due to hunger. Alex's phone is broken in the crash, but Ben's phone is still working. But the snowy mountains in which they are stuck, Ben's phone does not have a network there. He tries a lot, but it is of no use. Now they spend a few days in this plane. Ben tells Alex that we should stay here for a few days. It is possible that a plane passes from here, and seeing the wreckage of our plane, they rescue us from here. But Alex tells Ben that we have to find help ourselves. In this way, we cannot wait for someone else's help. At the behest of Alex, Ben climbs a mountain peak and looks from everywhere, but he does not see any road on any side. When Ben is on that peak, Alex listens to the recording in his phone. Actually, this recording is of Ben's wife, in which she tells Ben that we spent a lot of time together. But now I am leaving you, so forgive me. Alex thinks that Ben and his wife may have been divorced, but then a cougar walks around Alex. Here Walter's dog, who is still alive, attacks the cougar, but the cougar injures the dog, after which he comes to his plane to kill Alex. Now before the cougar attacks Alex, she shoots him with a flare gun, because of which the cougar dies. Hearing the sound of the bullet, Ben comes down to Alex. He thinks that maybe Alex has killed himself, but seeing Alex safe, he takes a breath of relief. Now Walter's dog, who was injured, Ben treats his wounds, and after that he brings the cougar's body in his plane. Before moving forward in the video, I have a request from everyone. My 99% viewers watch the video, but do not subscribe to the channel, and neither do they like the video. So now I request everyone to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Actually, they have very little food supply. That's why they have to eat it even if they don't want to. And after that, they cook it at night and eat it. Alex tells Ben that we can't stay here for long. We have to get down from this mountain and find help. But Ben doesn't like this. He tells Alex that we shouldn't leave here, because when help comes, it will come to the plane's wreckage. And when we don't find them here, they'll go back. But Alex doesn't want to stay here. He has to get out of here at any cost. That's why the next morning she takes her stuff and gets down from the mountain. She also takes Walter's dog with her. Now when Ben opens his eyes, he sees that Alex is not here. He looks everywhere, but he doesn't know anything. That's when he gets Alex's note, in which Alex writes that I can't sit here. That's why I'm going down. If I get any help, I'll send it to you. After reading the note, Ben doesn't stay there. He follows Alex's footprints and starts coming down from the mountain. On the way, he finds the plane's broken tail, which has a signal beacon in it. But when he checks it, it's broken, which makes Ben disappointed. Now after following Alex's footprints for a while, Ben goes to Alex, and they both come down from the mountain together. After walking a lot, they reach between the trees, where they find a cave. They both decide to spend the night in this cave. The next morning, Alex sees a cabin far away with the help of his camera lens. She is very happy to see the cabin. She quickly tells this to Ben, after which they both leave for the cabin. On the way, they have to cross a river, but the water of the river is very cold. Here the arguments between the two begin. Ben tells Alex that I am stuck in trouble because of you. If you were not with me, I would have reached home long ago. Everything would be fine. Alex tells him that if you want, you can still leave me and go. I know that you are stuck in trouble because of me. That's why you can go. But Ben doesn't leave him alone. They both move forward together. Now after this, Alex stops at one place and rests, and Ben reaches the cabin. Now where Alex is sitting, there is water under it. She falls into the water. Then Ben sees her, and with great difficulty, he pulls Alex out of the water. Because the water is very cold, Alex becomes unconscious. Ben picks her up and brings her to the cabin. He brings her in front of the fire, because of which Alex's body gets dehydrated. That's why she is not coming to her senses. Ben finds a needle in the cabin that removes the venom of the snake. He makes an 4 with the help of the needle and rehydrates Alex's body again. After a while, he comes to his senses. Now when Ben goes out to break the woods, then Alex listens to the recording on her phone again. But then Ben sees her listening to the recording. Ben tells her that the way she thinks, that way she was not separated from her wife. They were very happy to get married. But many years after the marriage, my wife had a brain tumor, and because of that brain tumor, she died. And sometime before her death, she had recorded this voice. Alex is very sad to hear this. After this, she captures some photos of Alex Ben. Here we can clearly see in Alex's eyes that he has fallen in love with Ben. He tells Ben that you should leave me here and go. Because of me, you will lose your life. And she convinces Alex Ben to go from there. The next morning, Ben leaves Alex in the same cabin and goes from there. But after going a little further, he decides that he can't leave Alex alone like this. That's why he comes back to Alex. He tells Alex that if we stay alive, we will stay together, and if we die, we will die together. After this, they continue their journey. In the meantime, they have to face a lot of storms. Now, as they walk, Alex's condition gets worse. That's why Ben starts pulling Alex on a cart. At one point, when they are resting, then Walter's dog starts barking. He brings Ben to a place, from where Ben sees a timber yard in the middle of the jungle. Now Ben starts pulling Alex towards the timber yard. But in the jungle, his foot gets stuck in a bear track, and he falls there. Alex tries a lot to free his foot, but it doesn't work. That's why Ben tells him that you will have to go alone and get help. After this, Alex leaves Ben there and reaches the timber yard. He sees a truck coming in front of him, and he falls unconscious in front of that truck. Now when Ben wakes up, he finds himself in the hospital. Alex is in the room next to him. He goes to meet Alex. They are very happy to see each other alive. But then Alex's fiancée comes there, with whom Alex is going to get married. Ben's heart breaks seeing her, because he fell in love with Alex during this journey. After getting discharged from the hospital and getting completely cured, Ben starts his duty, but Alex is completely lost in the memories of Ben. She calls Ben again and again, but Ben is ignoring her call. That's why Alex sends photos to Ben, which she had clicked in the cabin, and she also writes that only you will be able to understand these 3 photos. Seeing these photos, Ben calls Alex and invites him to meet at a coffee shop, where both are very happy to meet each other. Ben tells Alex that I thought you were married. That's why I wasn't answering your call. Alex tells him that you shouldn't think about it. When they come out of the coffee shop, then Ben tells Alex that they were able to stay alive because they fell in love with each other. And because of that love, they didn't have the courage. That's why they are alive today. But Alex doesn't answer this question. They hug each other and start going in different directions. But while going, they are crying a lot. Actually, they love each other a lot. That's why they stop and hug each other while running towards each other. With this scene, this movie ends. Which movie do you want to hear the next story on? Do let me know in the comments below, because I read your comments. And thank you very much for your lovely comment.